Boom.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Dawg Talk, the show where we talk about dogs. And today, these two little dogs, Ethan and Poodawg3, oh my God, there's a motorcycle outside. We have moved into college, and that's what that motorcycle is outside. There should be a lot of noise, probably.
Before we get into anything, I just have one statement. He says, Dawg Talk, the show where we talk about dogs, but, you know, I don't recall us talking about them.
I don't think we talk about dogs anymore. That's the original one. I just, I felt like bringing it back.
You were nostalgic?
Yeah, feeling nostalgic here on this episode 5 of Dawg Talk, I'm just feeling, we've almost surpassed season 1 with the amount of episodes, and
definitely surpassed in, upload frequency.
Oh, for sure. Oh my God. Yeah, we surpassed that after 2 weeks.
This is a very efficient thing. I don't know if the viewers like it, though. They gave us 20 views.
They give us 20 views, but you know what? Eventually, this is my strategy, Ethan. We make enough of these, eventually we will flood all 2,770 subscribers' subscription feeds. So they have no choice but to click on at least one of them or unsubscribe. And that's when I'll know this is killing my channel or it is helping it, Maybe they might not like random episode number 4, but eventually I think they'll like it or hate it. One of the two,
Well, going back to what you were saying at the start, it's college time.
Mm-hmm.
We're both college students now,
Ooh.
Which is very interesting.
Very.
I'm a freshman. I'm a little young one.
Bro, fresh meat.
But I don't know. Me and Lag Soda live together now. He's behind me now.
Should we get a Lag Soda cameo?
No, he's locked in. I think he might be napping or something.
Bro's locked in on sleeping. That's crazy.
He's locked in, dude. He's holding in his sleep. He's holding the stuffed plushie. So last night they had a little hangout thing, and they let us do makeshift Build-A-Bear. They just gave us the carcass of a plushie and was here's a bunch of stuffing.
Is that what you sent me late at night? That's why I sent you. That was crazy. You were just walking around campus with that little creature in your head.
Yeah, this makes me probably a morally bad person, but I skipped 200 people to get one. There was only 500. Whenever I heard about them, there was only 200 left, and the line was long as hell. So me and Braden just kind of ran and skipped everyone.
So now they know because everybody from your college watches Dawg Talk, so everyone knows. Oh wow, this is who took all the plushies.
Yeah, sorry guys, but we weren't the only ones skipping actually. Uh-oh. So I don't feel bad.
There's some drama at Ethan's college.
I don't know. For me, classes haven't started. What about for you?
The classes have been started. For me, they started August the 19th, and I am done for the week as of today, August 22nd, when we're recording this. And I have. Let me go over my schedule real quick, just so you guys can find me and track me down. All you viewers on. I'm not gonna say the times, so that's up to you to do a deep dive, I guess. But on Mondays, I have a documentary class where I learn how to make a documentary. And so you guys, if you see any documentary style content coming soon, that's what that's about. And then after that in the day, I have a film production class where I basically just make a movie for a whole semester, which is it's basically what I was doing already. And then on Tuesdays I have French, and on Wednesdays I have the documentary class, and on Thursdays I have French. And that is all the classes I have. I have 2 classes online, which are an introduction to cities class, which you basically just learn how cities work, and a biology class, and that's it. So
I start taking classes 30 minutes. These episodes come out at 9 in the morning, right?
It's like 8 in the morning.
Oh, well then.
Something like that.
I start taking classes 30 minutes after this episode releases.
Whoa.
I'm not gonna go into like how he did, where I give like the weekly schedule just because I don't feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lazy. But I'm taking Intro to Engineering Methods,
Mm-hmm.
Biology, Biology Lab, Chemistry 2, Critical Analysis, and Social Responsibility. Don't know what that's about.
That's a crazy name for a class. What the hell is that?
And then my last one, Analytical Geometry and Calculus 2.
Oh, man. Yeah, so you can see out of the Dawg Talk host who's the, like, taking the harder classes, who's the smarter host here.
Who's studious.
Who's the
I really
studious
don't know
one?
what critical analysis and social responsibility is, but I'm hoping and praying it's not an English class. In high school, I took dual enrollments of all the English classes I had to take. And then at my college, I'm in like the honors thing, and the critical analysis and social responsibility is one of the honors classes. And I'm fearful, quite frightful. It's just an English class with a different name.
Yeah, that would suck, dude. That would suck. I know if I took, like, I did take a few dual enrollment classes in high school, and if one of those didn't carry over, I'd be so mad, bro.
But I don't know, how's your roommate?
He's cool. I don't know. He kind of he chills and does his own thing, and I kind of chill and do my own thing. We don't really get in each other's way. It's kind of chill. I don't know. He's the same one from last year, so it's not like crazy. But
See, I have two more roommates than Poodawg does.
True.
I got Lag Soda, and then I'll just call them Thing 1 and Thing 2. Thing 1 is kind of like your roommate. He just kind of does his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Thing 2 is never here. I think he's out having Diddy parties, if I had to guess.
Oh my god.
He's never here. I've seen him. I've been here like 5 days now, and I've seen him literally twice.
Oh really?
And both times were like late at night. Like he comes.
Well, he can't be at the
dorm,
Diddy. He can't be at any of the Diddy parties because those are late. He must be doing his own type of party. You know, I don't know what that is.
He comes into the dorm at like 11:30, and he leaves the dorm at like 6 in the morning. So,
bro's going to
he's
Freak
having
Fest.
the all day Diddy party.
Bro's going to Freak Fest.
He's at Freak Fest. That's where all the freak bobs are.
That's where all the little freak bobs are. Hold on, let me tell the viewers of Dawg Talk something interesting now. And so, like last year and then for most of my high school, I did not see Rajan Ratman very often because he lived in like very far away from me, and now he lives near my college. And that is really odd, seeing Rajan like almost every day. It's not a bad thing. I do.
You're cursed. You have to see him every day.
It's not a bad thing. I love seeing Rajan. He's one of my bestest pals. But it's just a little odd because it goes from like, oh, this is your normal. You don't get to see Rajan all the time, and then all of a sudden, boom, like a switch, it flips, and now Rajan is just everywhere I go, and I'm like, what are you doing here?
I don't know. I feel like I couldn't handle seeing. Rajan. I know you're probably watching this. Oh, this is not like hate to you, but I feel like if I saw you every day, you would start being like mean.
Nah, I'll be so honest. He's kind of nicer when I see him every day. It's really odd. I feel like he's mean whenever you barely see him. It's weird.
Maybe he just is mean, but in like smaller intervals because he knows he has more time.
Maybe so. he does like little microaggressions towards us.
He microdoses you.
I think I don't know. You know what he did tell me the other day, like the first day of classes. I ran into him. You know, he told me. He says, "Yeah, I've been watching all the Dawg Talk episodes, and I've noticed." At least once every episode, y'all say something kind of shady about me. And I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know what that's about. And I felt so bad because I didn't even realize we were doing it. It's just we like to talk about our friends, not like a bad way. It's just sometimes we make jokes and they can be like, take it. I don't know. He said he didn't take offense to anything. He just said it was. He thought it was interesting.
We're just messing with you.
No, Ethan's not. I'm messing with you. Ethan's not messing. I'll be sorry.
I have unlimited beef with Rajan.
Unlimited beef, but no beef.
Unlimited beef, but no beef, bro. What are you gonna do in your documentary class? What are you gonna make a documentary about?
Dude,
Paul Blart?
I have no idea right now. I have. Do you want me to tell you what projects I have to do in that class?
What projects?
So the first one, I kind of just have to do. It's like I have to do like a B-roll project basically. I have to get a minute of B-roll.
That's
in like
awesome, bro.
One location and just like instead of getting like the raw audio, I have to build the audio basically. Like put ambiance, then put sound effects. Like if there's a bird that passes by, I put a little like a little bird passing or something. And then, I don't know, like wind or something. But I have to pick a location. And then I have to do another one on an interview of a person. And then I have to do another one of I think it's like a project on like a local cause or something. And then the last one is like basically a video essay. I'm not even lying. Like a YouTube video essay. So I'm pretty excited for that one.
I mean, the B-roll one sounds goated. Mm-hmm. I could do that one.
Yeah. I'm excited for that one.
The other one's like the local cause, bro. What?
I think so. Last semester I did find a this. I'm not gonna go too into detail, but I did find as I was like filming on set for my friend Connor, he had us like right next to like a lake, and we were like, okay, we're chilling here by the lake, waiting for Connor and the rest of the crew to show up. I was there with a bunch of people that I met like once, and then all of a sudden, this guy walks up to us and says, "Hey, can I sit in that bench that you guys are sitting in?" And we were like, I guess. And then he's like, he's a kind of an older gentleman, and he says, "Well, that bench, I sit and record time lapses of the sunset going down every single day because this is the bench that me and my deceased wife used to sit at every single evening." And that, like, oh my God, I think I want to make a documentary about that guy. Like,
if you can find him.
I think I can find him. I'm sure he's going to show up there every evening to do his time lapse. I think I could find him. Plus, I have him on Instagram, so I think I could probably DM him. But
no, that could be interesting to do a documentary about.
I think that could be pretty interesting to shine light on the good. I mean, it's good for, it's a good kind of like therapy, I guess, for him to be doing that. Yeah. It's not really like he's not doing like good for like the community, but it's very good for his mental health. And I do really respect that. So I think that could be cool.
Well, I think now it's time for some would you rather action.
Yeah, guys, this is what we're doing today. So, you know, we've done movie stuff. The first episode we talked about what went wrong on the podcast. The second episode we talked about the Poodawg3 movies. The third episode we talked about Muppets from Space. The fourth we talked about Creature Quest. And today, clearly we've run out of ideas already because we're doing a Would You Rather movie edition because we're keeping this podcast movie centric. And Ethan and I went to Reddit, the apocalypse land, and we tried to find a few different Would You Rather questions. I don't know what Ethan did, but I maybe found 2 from Reddit and then made up like 3 on my own.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to get to all of them. If you guys like this episode, give it a like and comment something down below. Just something interesting about yourself. And maybe, you know, we'll do a part 2 and we'll use any of the excess Would You Rathers that we didn't put in this if we don't get to them all.
Well, who's going first in their Would You Rather? Who's giving the first one?
Do you, how good is do you have a really, really good one that you really want to tell me right now?
Would you rather
okay, you're going first.
Make the worst movie ever and everyone sees it, or make the best movie ever, but no one sees it.
I feel like I've done both of those.
No, I mean everyone on Earth.
Everyone on Earth? Okay.
Including Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin. They have to watch it.
Including all, like, the world leaders? They have to watch it?
Yeah. Joe Biden, too.
Joe Biden, too? I don't know. That's a toughie. Which one would you pick? I know you're not, like, the film guy. I'm more of the film guy, and you're kind of just, like...
Well, I would make the worst movie ever and have everyone see it, because then everyone knows me as, oh, that's the guy who made, like, that terrible movie.
That's true.
That was such a bad movie.
Well, is there a limit to, like, how many movies you can make? Could you make, like, Oppenheimer after you're done making, like, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey?
I mean, you could make Oppenheimer after, but that's assuming that people will give you, like, a chance and go see a second film.
That's true.
If it's the worst movie ever.
The worst
everyone saw it.
The worst one ever.
Like, objectively, like, there is no positive to, like, not, like, it's not like a movie that's like, it's so bad it's good. No, it's just, like, the worst movie ever.
It's like watching paint dry for an hour. Like, it has no,
like,
plot, no premise.
It's offensive to, like, everyone. There's nothing...
I don't know, because then if I did that, then so since this is your Would You Rather, I'll ask, like, the stipulations. If I made the best movie ever and no one saw it, could I ever, like, share it to people, or is there, like, a limit of time or something?
I mean, I'd assume you could try and share it to people, but it would just, like, never work.
Okay.
Like, you would try and send them the link and they'd be like, it won't load. Or you try and pull it up and it's like YouTube goes down or something.
Or they pull it up and they're like, you know what, I actually have to go do something else right now. I don't feel like watching.
It never gets seen.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
It's like a curse.
I feel like that's what happens with a lot of good movies, though. Like, I feel like a lot of people discover good movies once it's past. It's like, oh, this movie came out 4 months ago. Why am I just seeing this now? I'm not trying to, like, at myself or, like, my projects or anything. I'm trying to, I feel like remember when people, like, went crazy over, like, Encanto, like, months after it released because just nobody wanted to see it in theaters?
Yes. No one wanted to see it in theaters because it was like they did terrible marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of a misstep on Disney's part and marketed it way better, way more. I feel like Disney has not been marketing things as much as they used to.
I feel like whenever Disney has a movie that's like a remake or something, their whole marketing is like, oh guys, we're gonna do The Lion King, but like again, so you guys are gonna love it, I swear, and then it's bad. So like they market all of their like bad movies really good just so people can see it, but they assume, I guess, that the good movies people will just be like, oh yeah, well, it's a Disney movie, I might as well just give it the benefit of the doubt. But Disney's been kind of doing like, it's like The Boy Who Cried Wolf almost. Like they're like, guys, this movie's gonna be fantastic, it's gonna be so good, and then it's bad, and then people are like, they're losing their trust in Disney, basically.
I mean, I don't blame them. Yeah. I lose trust too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a billion-dollar company.
If I'm being honest, I have not seen a Disney movie in like a long time. Like in theaters, I have not seen one.
Nah, you saw Deadpool and Wolverine in theaters, bro.
Oh my! I forgot Marvel count. I'm talking Disney, bro.
You're talking like Disney Animated Studios and Pixar and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't release the Pixar movies in theaters that often. Like the most recent one, Inside Out 2. Elementals was in theaters, that's true. But no one saw it.
Was Wish on theaters?
I believe Wish was in theaters. I think so. I did not see it. I still haven't seen it. It's been on Disney Plus, but I haven't seen it.
I'm probably not gonna watch it.
Me neither. They had it on, like, this little kid and my mom's friend slept over at my house in the living room one day during the summer, and they put on Wish, and I was just sleeping in my room, or like trying to sleep, and I hear Wish really loud in the other room, and I'm like, I have no interest in seeing this movie. After just like hearing what they were talking about the movie, I was like, I don't care.
It's just like an overall lame movie, I think.
Yeah, and that's crazy they did that for like their 100th anniversary of the company. That was built on like creativity. They were just like, nah, we'll just be maybe AI generate a bunch of stuff.
Well, I mean, when you're that big, does it matter?
I mean, maybe for the 100th one, you know, like 100th year one. I don't know.
Nah, they're locked in now.
They're locked in, I guess. I don't know. But to answer your question, Ethan, I think I'd choose to make the best movie ever and no one see it. Because if I would offend every world leader, I think I'd be in a lot of trouble. And I think it's better off that I just make a movie that no one sees. And then I can just know in my heart that it's a good movie. And I can try to do something else.
I'd probably make the worst one ever. If the world leaders all hate me, I don't really care.
Said, not my problem.
What are they gonna do? Arrest me?
Well, I
put me in movie jail?
Put you in movie jail? Yeah. Well, I have a would you rather now. Okay, Ethan? Hear me out.
Okay.
This one's it's a lot more of like not like a real movie thing, but it's kind of, would you rather have Harry Potter magic and a wand, or have a lightsaber and the Force?
Lightsaber and the Force. Dude, what are the Harry Potter people gonna do when they use the Force to close their airways? Or when you throw the lightsaber at them using the Force?
What is the Force people gonna do when I Avada Kedavra you, like, as soon as you pick up your hand?
You don't need to use your hand for the Force. That's only to make it stronger. If you're strong enough with the Force...
Who says you would be strong enough with... Ethan, who says that you would be a strong Force user?
Okay,
You can go to school to learn Harry Potter magic, dude. By the way, I'm on Team Harry Potter magic on this one.
I'm on Team Star Wars. I don't know. I feel like having I'd probably kill myself with the lightsaber on accident.
Or drop it, like, straight down through the floor.
Like, I'd try, like, swing it, and I'd, like, cut my arm off.
Ow! That's why I feel like if I had a Harry Potter wand, it would be a lot more, like, user-friendly. Like, I could have, like, Dumbledore tell me, oh, yeah, you don't want to, like, shoot yourself in the eye with it. You might hurt yourself.
I do think, like, in everyday life, Harry Potter magic is probably more useful.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not going to fight off, like, evil Siths in my everyday life. I just want to, like, go from floor 3 to floor 1 quicker, you know?
But depending on how good with the Force you are, you can, like, live forever and stuff.
That's true, too, I guess. But would you want immortality, Ethan?
I mean, I could disable it if I don't want it anymore.
I guess that's true. You could just, like, Luke Skywalker and, like, disappear into the Force. Like he did randomly.
The Force is very interesting, because in the Star Wars world, the Force is, like in our world, there's, like, space and there's time.
Mm-hmm.
In Star Wars, there's space, there's time, and then there's the Force. So it's, like, another, like, integral part of the universe. So
yeah,
I would just get that. It would, like, add more stuff to physics and stuff as well.
That's true. So would you impact the whole world just by the fact of you having the Force?
I would try to, and then I'd probably get, like, kidnapped by the government, and they would be like, what's wrong with this guy?
What's wrong with this guy? Why can't he, like, grab objects with his hand?
Why does he have telekinetic powers? How do we do this?
How do we steal this guy's abilities? Teach me the Force, young Padawan.
This is like kind of unrelated.
Mm-hmm.
The other day I went to like a thrift store and I found an old comic book. It's an old Captain America book from like 1980s.
Yeah.
It says Cap versus Iron Man. The cover is clearly not Captain America. It's U.S. Agent.
Wasn't U.S. Agent fake Captain America though?
Well, yeah, but it's like a Captain America. It's not like an Iron Man thing where it's like Iron Man thinks it's Captain America. It's like a Captain America comic.
I don't know. I'm not a big comic book guy. I don't know. I like comic book movies, but I'm not a very big comic book guy.
Me either. I just bought it because it looks like really cool. I like the art style of like old comics.
Yeah, I know what store you're talking about, and that store does usually have a lot of cool like old comics. I almost bought a Doctor Doom one from there one time.
You should have.
I should have. I bought a Doctor Doom Funko Pop from there though. So I was looking for the Thing because I think my two favorite Fantastic Four characters are Doctor Doom and the Thing, but I could not find the Thing. I found Sue Storm, Mr. Fantastic, Human Torch, the I forget the robot's name, Silver Surfer, and the only one I couldn't find is like the Thing and Galactus. But Galactus is like huge, so like I figured there was no way I was finding him.
Look, man, you can go ahead and cancel me for saying this, but in Fortnite, Doctor Doom is sitting on the Thing's thing. You can go ahead and cancel me.
Yes.
You know,
I haven't played the new season, but it looks cool. We can actually talk about current Fortnite seasons now because this will be uploaded during the season. Oh my god, this is crazy.
I don't really know. I haven't played at all, but I see it.
Yeah, I see that he
on
kills
the interwebs.
He killed the Fantastic Four or something, which is crazy.
No. He might have killed them. We don't know. He killed the Thing, and he took Johnny Flame's heart.
Yeah, he took Johnny
His
Flame's
heart. Still beating. And
Sue Storm isn't in the Thing, right?
So there's like a glass box with a chair in there, and it's labeled Sue, so it's guessed that she's like invisible in there. We don't know if she's like dead or alive. And then Mr. Fantastic is definitely alive. He's like a bouncy ball, and he's breathing and trying to like get out.
I don't think Thing's alive.
The Thing is not alive. The Thing has been turned into a throne.
Yeah.
And
for absolute doom.
Doom sits on the Thing's thing all the time.
He sits on the Thing's thing. So you pick... Okay, whatever. So you pick Jedi magic over Harry Potter magic?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Ethan, do your would you rather.
Would you rather be a movie character or a TV character? Like, you have to live the life of them.
Like a specific one, or
no? Just like the average, like the mean of all movie characters and all TV characters.
I feel like this. What do you mean, like, so like I go on a hero's journey, or am I just like a background character? Am I the main character?
You would be like the main character.
Okay.
You would be the main character.
Maybe movie, because it would be like whatever adventure I go on would be like kind of like over with relative. If it was like crazy, like somebody like tries to kill me for like 24 hours, it would just be like a thing that happens. But if it's like a TV show, they would be hunting me for like months, you know? I mean, I guess they could do that in the movie. It just depends on the movie. I don't know.
You're going with this as like it's like these crazy genres. What about like, what if you're in like, it's either a sitcom or like as a TV show or like a rom-com as the movie?
I'd rather live in a sitcom because at least all my life problems would be resolved by like the end of the episode.
That's how I feel like in TV shows, unless you're like Walter White.
I mean, I was thinking of Breaking Bad because I have like a Breaking Bad photo above my computer right now. So I was looking at that as you were talking.
I feel like unless you're Walter White or you're in like a Marvel show or something like that, most TV shows, I feel like the main characters, like their adversity is like, I don't fit in with my friends.
I got bullied at school today.
Like, I don't, or like, it's even crazier once you get to like cartoons because the adversity is like, there's like a weird monster, or it's like, why is there peas in my cereal? And then they like explode them all.
Why is there peas in my cereal?
I don't know. I feel like you could also, if you're in a TV show, you could be like Joe Goldberg. You know, he should have died so many times, but he never did.
Or Uncle
he never
Grandpa.
has to face the consequences of his actions.
Or Uncle Grandpa.
Uncle Gramps.
Uncle Gramps. I don't know.
Outerversal.
I kind of get what you're saying because in a movie, then it would be, because even in like TV movies, like the Bob's Burgers movie, like a crazy
usually
event happens.
Big happens.
Like it's
the TV show has to go on.
Mm-hmm. But like I don't know, I wouldn't want to be in like Gravity Falls or something. But I don't know. I think probably I would pick TV. Probably if we're going by like that kind of like sitcomish type thing.
I would probably pick TV as well because I feel like in a movie you have way higher chances of just dying.
Mm-hmm. Because if it's a movie, then
show,
like big changes can happen. You know.
It's like there's a 2-hour thing and they're trying to tell a whole story in there.
Mm-hmm.
But like in a TV show, they might be trying to milk it for like 17.
Like you might get lucky and end up in like The Simpsons.
And then they might try and milk it for 17 seasons and then make 8 spin-off shows.
That's true.
And then you're really not dying.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll pick TV. And that honestly, are you picking TV as well?
I'm picking TV.
I think that kind of leads me into my next Would You Rather because I had a very TV centric one, and I have Would you rather live in your favorite childhood TV show or live in your favorite current day TV show?
Well, okay, let me figure out. I think my favorite childhood TV show was probably SpongeBob.
SpongeBob? Would you be like a fish though in SpongeBob, or would you be like a human? Would you drown?
I'm assuming, like, if you go into the TV show, like, I'd assume that you'd kind of have to be able to, like...
So you'd be... Okay, so you're a character in the world. Okay.
I think you'd have to be, like, a character in the world.
Okay.
Because it wouldn't be like, oh, dude, I love the show about the 2 meteors in space. That was my favorite. Oh, wait, I can't choose that one because if I go there, I'll die because it's in space.
But you're a meteor in space. Okay, so we'll assume that if you're put into whatever show, you're like a character that fits the aesthetic of the world. Okay.
You adapt.
You adapt. Cool.
I think my favorite show now, that's actually kind of tough. I've been watching more like animated things recently. I'd say my favorite show, like if I had to pick one to watch forever, it would probably be like regular show, which is kind of crazy as a pick because
I feel like that's a college student pick.
Well, but out of the two, I mean, regular show they do like destroy the Earth a couple of times, but I feel like my odds are better there. In SpongeBob, I'm gonna like walk through the door, and like an anvil is gonna fall on my head.
But you recover because you're just like a cartoon. I feel like in regular show you get hit with an anvil, you die, and you don't come back.
No, bro. In regular show they like talk to death and like, no, give us our friend back, and he's like, only if you could solve my 5-fingered riddle, and then they do it.
So would you be friends
every
with
time.
Would you be friends with Patrick and Freak Bob or Mordecai and Rigby? Like would you be like kind of like the trio?
I'm be friends with Pops and Benson.
Pops and Benson? And then who is your friends with in the SpongeBob universe?
Mr. Krabs and Plankton. I'll be the in-between.
Okay. But you're picking the regular show.
I'm picking the regular show universe. I might hang out with Skips a bit.
I think my favorite childhood show would probably be Phineas and Ferb. And then my favorite current show is either Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad, because I still really do love those shows, and I could like rewatch them at any point in my like. If you said, "Hey, Poodawg, let's go rewatch all of Better Call Saul or all of Breaking Bad," I'd be like, okay. But I don't know. So I feel like it's the same universe. So like Breaking Bad universe or Phineas and Ferb. Would I live in like Albuquerque, New Mexico?
I'd assume. Okay, so I guess would you have to like to live in the universe of the show? I feel like you'd have to be involved.
I guess.
Like there is like random background character number 6. Like at the beginning of the show, there's like the jock that's like making out with his girlfriend in the class.
Or like the
I don't think
my leg
that
guy
would be like. I don't think that would be like, oh, I'm in the universe. I think it would be like you are a part
of like the main crew. Like you said, you would be friends with Benson and Pops.
Like you would have to be on there.
So should I pick 2 people I'd be friends with in each world?
You should pick 2 people you'd be friends with.
Okay, so where I'd fit in Breaking Bad, I would want to be a employee of Los Pollos Hermanos Chicken that is also good friends with Walter Jr.
With Walt Jr.?
Yeah. That's who I would want to be in the Breaking Bad universe. I feel like that could go horribly wrong. So I think just by default, I should pick Phineas and Ferb. Just because of, like, the mob ties everywhere.
Yeah.
But
it's kind of risky.
So I think I will pick Phineas and Ferb. But then again, if I pick Phineas and Ferb, I do have the chance of, like, a roller coaster cart coming out of the sky and landing on me and murdering me or something. But they don't show that on screen. If I was friends with, like, who would I be friends with in Phineas and Ferb? I feel like saying Phineas and Ferb is a cop-out. I'd be friends with Doofenshmirtz. And Phineas and Ferb's dad. That's what I want to be friends with. The two dads. I'd like to be friends with them.
That's kind of an interesting pick.
Yeah, Doof might, like, randomly kill me on accident or something, but, like...
He'll be like, friend, I want to show you my
nature! My murderer nature! I don't know, I feel like I could randomly die in both of those universes just because Phineas and Ferb is, like, crazy, and then the other one has mob ties. So, I don't know, I think the safer option is Phineas and Ferb for me, though.
Would you rather never remember what is happening in the movie that you're in any movie you watch, and then you can't remember after either, or you always know what's about to happen before it does?
I think I'm not even going to discuss it. I think I'm going to pick always know what's going to happen before it does, just so I could remember the movies. I mean, it would suck most of the time. Like, I would know of, like, oh no, Gleep Glorp shows up in Avengers Skibbity Toilet, but I don't know. At least I would be able to remember Avengers Skibbity Toilet.
Whenever I watch movies, I usually know what's gonna happen before it does already. I will just choose this because that's already how movies go for me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's... If you watch enough movies, I feel like that's just kind of how it is. Like, I feel like the only real surprises are, like, cameos now.
Yeah. The only thing that's like, oh, wow, was, like, when we were watching the Deadpool movie and, like, cameo characters would show up. I was not expecting, like, those characters to show up, but I was expecting cameos. I have a funny story that happened this week in college about those cameos. And if you guys haven't seen it, I know Marvel's, like, advertising the cameos now, but if you guys haven't seen it, I'll put a timestamp on screen and skip to that. Let audio viewers run to their phones across the room. But yeah, I'm going to start talking about it now. So I was in my film production class, and they're talking about something. I don't even remember what they were talking about. But then suddenly, one of the guys just goes, "Yeah, just like Gambit was in the new Deadpool movie." And the professor goes, "Oh, Gambit was in the new Deadpool movie?" And then everyone in the class looks at that guy, and he's like, I thought he would have seen it. I thought he would have seen it by now. How was I supposed to know? And the professor goes, "I don't care about Marvel movies. It's fine." And so, like, this guy just, like, freaked out because he's like, "Oh no, I spoiled it." And then some guy turns around next to him and says, "Well, it doesn't matter if he didn't see the movie. What if someone else in the class didn't see the movie?" And that was just a funny thing that happened in class. I mean, it's a Marvel movie. Who cares? Like, the cameos, like, is it really, like, gonna spoil it if you know Gambit's gonna show up? Like, dude, saw Sabretooth showed up in the movie.
Oh no, if you know that Gambit's about to make a name for himself, then, like, it's gonna ruin the whole movie making experience of it. And that's why I feel like I would take the no surprises route, you know? Because then I feel like also if you go into a movie just wanting to see whenever I watched No Way Home, I was super hyped that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield showed up. Did I think they were going to be in the movie? Yeah. Was everything telling me they
Here's-
weren't in the movie? Yeah. And was I happy they were in the movie? Yeah. But like, I feel like if you know about the surprises in the movie, either it's like disappointing if they're not there. I don't know. But what were you gonna say?
I feel like you could make money off of this.
I mean, yeah, I guess you can.
I bet that in this movie, Deadpool is gonna say the F word 19 times. I bet $10.
You
make
lose.
that bet with Mason?
You lose.
I don't know how many times he said it.
I think it was like over 100. They said it in the movie. Him and Wolverine combined. I don't know how many times Deadpool himself said it.
Well,
though.
just him.
Definitely not 19.
But I feel like you can make a bet like that and then be like, dude, $10, and you'd get it right because you know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you. I think there's. I know it's weird that this exists, but I think there might be betting websites that have things like that. I know for sure they have like, for those who don't know, I do watch WWE quite frequently. But there are betting websites that you can predict what's going to happen on like a big wrestling event. Like you're like, oh, I bet $100 that Cody Rhodes is going to finish his story at WrestleMania. Yeah, you're probably going to get that $100 if you've been following the storyline. I feel like that's not fair to have those on like betting websites. How do they have that? Do they lose like $1 million? Or just people not bet that much on that kind of stuff?
If I had to guess, here's what I would guess. I'd guess it's probably rigged, and the people who run WWE make a bunch of bets before for themselves to win money.
But I feel, how is that beneficial for the gambling sites, you know?
Or maybe they run it, and whatever people gamble on the most, it will affect it to where they will make all those people lose their money, so that way they make more money.
They could, but honestly feel like if you know anything about Vince McMahon, that's how he would have done it. But I don't know. I feel like in the new administration, they wouldn't do that because they definitely care more about storytelling now than they ever did, which is really weird that they're on gambling sites now.
I don't know, but I feel like you could definitely win some money with this.
Mm-hmm. And same with like the spoiler stuff. Like with movies, like, oh, I bet $1 million that Gambit's going to show up in the new Deadpool movie, and you know it because you know everything that's going to happen in the movie. Because then you could honestly, if you don't know any of like the crazy cameos and stuff that happens in the movie, you can kind of leave the movie just knowing like your thoughts on them. It's like watching a movie the second time, you know? It doesn't ruin the movie. But you get to watch it for, like, what it is as a movie. So, would you rather watch The Cure for Insomnia, a.k.a. the longest movie ever at a total of 85 hours, for $1 million? You only have to watch it one time. Or have the ability to rewatch your favorite movie, and every time you rewatch it, you earn $100,000.
I'm watching my favorite movie.
Okay.
Dude, that's
fair.
Do not exceed the monetary inequality here. You watch this one movie for 85 hours.
How many days is that? Is that like
3.5 days?
3.5 days
is 72 hours.
So I feel it's more of a like, if you like instant gratification, and if you don't,
bro. No, that is like 85. You can watch 40 movies in 85 hours.
I guess that's true.
And if my favorite movie is only 2 hours, I can make $4 million in 85 hours.
That's true.
I am watching my favorite movie but I guess the thing is, like, how does this work? Do you have to be, like, locked in on your favorite movie?
Yeah.
And you can just kind of play the other one in the background or something?
I assume that you have to be watching the movie the whole time. Like, you can't get on your phone. You can, like there's like a like an analyst or something watching you the whole
What?
time, and you're just like, oh, he got on his phone, $100,000 deducted, or just like you go to sleep.
Would my like favorite movie be able to change, or does it have to be the
same movie every time? So you have to, if you want $4 million, you gotta watch.
You have to watch it like 40 times.
Mm-hmm. So like technically you can do it, or you get the $1 million and just waste 3 days of your life watching The Cure to Insomnia. By the way, I looked up what this movie is about. It is a lot of just like kind of random stuff interlocked with rock and roll music and X-rated videos.
No.
So it's just things to wake you up halfway through.
No, dude, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that.
I feel like I would pick the favorite movie one too.
I'm picking my favorite movie.
Mm-hmm.
I will lock in. $100,000. I only have to watch it like once a year, dude. I only have to watch it. I can watch it like every 6 months. I'll be set for my life.
Okay, hear me out. What if I say you have a week to do this challenge? It's like a Mr. Beast challenge. You have a week to do it. Think about that.
Week?
A week to do it.
Well, then I'll lock in. I'll watch
just lock in for a week?
every single day for a week.
Okay.
I will.
That's fair.
I would watch it at least 3 times for.
I'm gonna say I'm not picking Cure to Insomnia. I'm not picking it, but
I'm not picking that either.
I'm not.
It just sounds like a terrible time.
It kind of does. I'm not gonna lie.
And you don't get much out of it because you could spend 20 hours and get 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Like 20 hours is a lot. But at least I'm watching something that's like moderately entertaining. Especially if I pick like my favorite movie is something that's like kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh dude, my favorite movie is the SpongeBob movie.
Yeah, because then you kind of just get to watch the SpongeBob movie for like for a week straight. I mean, I honestly feel like I could do.
I could do it. I would need to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So I would lose a few million probably.
Yeah.
But, I mean, who cares? I'm still gonna have like 2 or 3 million coming out of this,
mm-hmm.
and then I'd be set for like a couple of years at least.
Yeah, I think. I'm definitely picking the favorite movie. I think I would pick as my favorite movie if I had to do this probably like Killer Clowns from Outer Space because I'm very close to knowing that entire movie script. And I feel like if I did this challenge, I would be able to memorize that whole thing.
I feel like if you would choose to watch something like crazy, like something that's like actually a good movie for a week, maybe it could help you get better at like
making movies.
Mm-hmm. It could help because you would be able to like analyze like everything they did.
That's
after
true
watching the same
too.
movie for a week.
That's true too.
You would be able to like be like, oh, okay, so this is how they, write scripts. Here's how they do transitions.
Mm-hmm.
Here's how they, edit stuff.
I assume he wouldn't get mad at you if you're taking notes on the movie. The little analyst guy, I assume he wouldn't get mad because then you're even more
to take notes.
No, you probably wouldn't.
Watching.
But if you did
movie,
take notes, you're kind of more locked in if you're taking notes on the movie. If you're playing on like Flappy Bird on your phone, then like. You ain't watching the movie, bro. I'm
assuming we're calling a week 7 days. So in 7 days, there's 168 hours. I'm going to do, let's see, 8 times 7 is, so let's say you have 8 hours of sleep every night.
Mm-hmm.
That's 56. So then 168 minus 56
mm-hmm.
is 112. Let's say your movie you're watching is 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You divide that by 2. That's 56 times you can watch this movie. Now multiply that by 100,000. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So wait, that's 100. That's 1,000. That's 5,600,000 watching a 2-hour movie for all your free time in a week. That's with 8 hours of sleep. So you could watch it for. You could probably watch it more.
Now just think though. Like you were the only one that knew about this this challenge, and then like randomly somebody's like, "Dude, we should totally like go eat at Chili's tonight And they're like, bro, I'm selling. That's gonna be like 2 hours. That's like it's like $100,000.
I would just say no, I'm busy. I'd say no, I'm busy.
But then you lose. What if you were like they asked every day and you lost like all your friends? Like I'm not trying to persuade you into picking the other one because you could have the same issue with the other one.
I like no. I really have to. Work's calling me in.
It technically would be work if you're watching the same movie over and over again, getting money.
Especially if you would pick like a good movie, you would definitely. It would benefit you. I feel
like
especially
it could.
Like with you, because you want to make movies, so I feel like you could learn things.
Yeah, probably so.
All right, so this is my last prompt.
Last one.
Would you rather no more music at all? Like you can't hear it. You're watching a movie, you're watching a TV show, and some sort of musical element happens. No, you don't hear it. You don't hear the ambience. You're walking down the street and a car passes with its radio on. You don't hear it. Or no more movies at all or TV shows. You still watch YouTube. Just no movies on.
Did you just ask me if I would rather not be able to watch movies or be deaf?
No, you're not deaf. You can hear people talking.
Okay.
You can hear
just no more music.
You can't hear singing. You can't hear music. You can't hear instruments.
But I can hear ambient noise, right?
You can hear like crickets.
Okay, because you said no ambient noise, and I was like,
I meant like if you go on YouTube and you type in like Star Wars ambience or you type in like Fallout ambience, if you would be playing Fallout or if you'd be watching Star Wars, that would not play.
You would just hear like footstep, 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 footstep.
Yes.
Okay.
It would just be like kind of silence that's like awkward.
So
in real life, you would still hear ambience and you still hear people talking. You still hear things, just not music.
So no music or no movies?
No movies, no TV shows. You still watch YouTube.
I think, although I like making movies, I'm going to go with never be able to watch movies again. I don't think I could handle not hearing music.
I also feel like it would make movies bad. You wouldn't be able to have music. Like, how are you going to make a movie?
Honestly, one of my favorite parts about movies is, like, the instrumentals in the background and stuff. Because, I mean, you don't really hear them that much whenever you're watching it for the first time. At least I don't. But, like, it very much, like, induces your vibe for the movie.
Like, I feel like movies without music would just be, like, weird and bad, probably.
I mean, technically,
like
there can be...
You're watching, like, a montage and it's just silence.
I mean, like, I feel like movies like The Whale could not have music and it could be fine. But, like...
Like, Oppenheimer could technically not have music, but I don't think it would be as good without the soundtrack.
That score is great in Oppenheimer. It would definitely not be as good of a movie without that score.
So, I don't know. I think it's kind of... And plus, even though you want to make movies... You can still make the movies. You just can't watch them still. I guess you couldn't edit them.
Yeah. I mean, I could always get an editor, I feel.
You would, but you could still, like, make it. I wonder, like...
That would be an interesting thing.
Watch the raw footage.
Yeah. I mean, that's technically not a movie yet.
You would just never be able to edit it or see the final product.
You could see probably scenes in the movie, and that's how you review, like, the editor's work or something, but... Probably can't.
I'd assume
because if you can still watch YouTube, you can probably watch movie clips on YouTube, right? Or no? Sure. Okay.
But you can't.
I can't watch the whole.
I'm gonna limit you. You can't watch the whole thing.
I mean, even like Fandango movie clips, they don't show the whole movie. They just show like the highlights of the movie.
But I completely agree. I feel like life without music would be very, very sad.
Yeah.
Like, empty feeling. Like, you're just walking around and it's just, like, silence besides, like, random ambient sounds.
I mean, I feel like if someone said movies, and, like, who's listening to this and said movies, I just think about how much you listen to music. I mean, at least I listen to music about just, like, almost everywhere I'm going. Usually, like, in the car, also, I have music playing. Usually, when I walk around campus, I have headphones on. Usually, sometimes, I'm just humming a song in my head. Just to, like...
Think about watching any movie
That too.
Without music.
That too. Movies without music would be weird.
It would be very weird. It would not feel the same.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason movies have music.
Yeah, they kind of go hand in hand. Thank God that's a would you rather, not a real thing.
I don't know. I think we both agree. No more movies, though.
Yeah.
I think that one was kind of unfair.
Yeah, I think that's unfair, but I mean, that's the point of a would you rather, you know? To have kind of unfair questions. But is it time, Ethan, for the final would you rather of the episode?
Womp, womp, womp.
Oh.
Final question.
Here we go, guys. Final question is, Ethan Johnson of the Dawg Talk podcast, would you rather make a cameo in a wonderful movie, like one of the best movies of all time, or be the lead role of one of the worst movies of all time? This kind of goes with one of the questions you asked earlier, but it's a different perspective.
What do you mean, like, side character in the best movie?
So
like,
you make your base. So in the best movie, so pretend you're in Oppenheimer, and then you're like a taxi driver, and you say, "This is your stop, Mr. Oppenheimer," and then he gets out the car, and you never see the taxi driver again, or something like that. Or you're in Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and you're Winnie the Pooh demasked.
I'm gonna be Winnie the Pooh demasked.
Okay.
At least in that case, you know, you were able to actually come up with a movie that is bad and come up with a character from that movie. Meanwhile, with Oppenheimer, which is a really good movie, you couldn't come up with like, oh, you're Josh Peck throwing up outside.
Yeah.
You said you made up something because you didn't remember that. Because it's such a good movie, you don't remember like the little side character.
Yeah.
I'd rather be the main character in a bad movie.
By the way, that was Roderick who threw up outside.
Oh, my bad, guys.
See, you didn't even remember.
I don't remember because that's my point.
Mm-hmm. See, it's interesting because your question you asked earlier was, would you rather direct the worst movie ever or the best movie ever? This one is, would you rather be in the best movie ever or be in the worst movie? I do feel it's also different because of the length you're in it.
I picked the worst movie ever on the first one, and I'm picking the worst movie ever again. The more screen time you have, the more recognizable you are, and the more people will be like, "Oh, you're that guy."
See, I feel like the question more is if you want like fame, or you want just to be like, "Hey, dude, guess what I did?" Just like tell your friends, "Dude, you remember that movie Oppenheimer? I was at the rally where he gave the speech. I was in the background. I was screaming in Oppenheimer's face in 0.5. I was right there."
Like, I feel like that is just kind of why. Why would you want this?
I mean, I feel like the only thing about that would be that you would get to meet like Robert Downey Jr.
You could put it on your resume. Was in Oppenheimer, and they'll be like, "Oh, well, what did you do?" And then you'll be like, "Oh,
I was at the back." I feel like if you were a background character in Oppenheimer, you could be a background character in literally any movie.
But I also feel like I don't, like, me personally, I don't have a passion for acting.
Mm-hmm, that's true.
I don't intend to spend my life as an actor.
So you would just want to be famous.
Yeah, I'd be well known. People would know me as, "Oh, you're the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey guy. Look at him." They make like TikToks about me.
It's like, bro, I found like Winnie the Pooh walking around my campus, guys.
But like, other than that, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'd rather do that than just be like, you know, Christopher Bombhead sitting in the rallies.
Christopher Bombhead.
He showed up to our viewing.
Can we talk about that? Just we're done with the would you rather's, but like it's fine if we talk a little bit more. If you guys don't care anymore, click off of Dawg Talk. But can we talk about the Christopher Bombhead bit that we've had since like a year?
I think it was some sort of TikTok trend or something around the time when the movie came out. They had like, I guess, some sort of preview before movies would start of like actors and directors giving like interviews about the movie.
Yeah.
And someone edited it to have the bomb from Oppenheimer as like one of the actors giving an interview. It was Christopher Bombhead.
He said, "I'm Christopher Bombhead. I hope you love the movie." And it was like, it wasn't just like Oppenheimer. It was like, yeah, it's Oppenheimer. We're awesome.
And so ever since then, every time I talk about Oppenheimer, I talk about Christopher Bombhead.
Well, you
want
me to say why we say Christopher Bombhead was at our viewing?
So when we were there, you want to say it?
I can say it.
When we were there, we showed up. We did the double feature. Y'all would know if y'all watched Poodawg's videos. It was me, Poodawg,
Lag Soda,
QSCS Sniper, and Lag Soda.
Mm-hmm.
We showed up to our local AMC, and then we watched Oppenheimer, and we sat at like the top row or so. And I sat down, and I looked to my left.
You're right. You're right.
There was this guy, absolutely like stanced up, like he might as well have been like sleeping, and he was maybe Bombhead proportions.
He might have been the size of one of the bombs. I'll just say he was a large fellow. I think he took up 2 seats, but it was just crazy. Like we were in probably like the scene where like they're naked in Oppenheimer, I think it was or something.
It was a scene where like Florence Pugh was there, and I look over.
You look over to your right. You're like, Poodawg, look at this, and then we just see this giant man just sitting over there, and we're like, wow, who is this? And then you called him Christopher Bombhead, and we were like, oh my god. And that's kind of where the whole bit with me in the Oppenheimer video came from, where I was like, yeah, we were in the Oppenheimer theater, and then Christopher Nolan walked up to us and told us something. Sorry, if that guy is the #1 Poodawg fan, I'm sorry we called you out in this video.
I don't know. Everyone, comment down below what your answer to each of these would you rather questions. Mm-hmm. Do the one we did in the middle. I don't know which one it was. Go rewind through the video. That one. Answer that one first. Then answer the second one I asked. Second one I asked. Do that one second. Third, do the last one Poodawg asked.
Of course.
And then from there, you can do the rest in chronological order.
So it's just like incomprehensible to read.
Don't put the question in your comment either. Just
put the answer.
Your answers.
Just put like if your favorite show growing up was like Gravity Falls, just put Gravity Falls. So we'll be like, what is he referring to?
There you go, guys. That's what you should have to comment.
Yeah, that's the comment of the week, guys, for Dawg Talk episode 5. But Ethan, I'd let you do these little outros every episode. What did you have cooking up this one? What outro do you have for me this week?
I came unprepared, but I'm the improv god. That's what they call him.
Okay, so, is that what they say?
Here we go. Would you rather talk about dogs or watch Dawg Talk? Come back next week to know the answer.
That was cool. That was like the next time on Dragon Ball Z type thing.
I know. I'm talented. That's why they call me the improv god.
They do call you that. I think a lot of people. We should start calling you that. Yeah. Yeah.
It used to be the Puzzle Master.
Puzzle Master Ethan Johnson.
It was a thing. Bye, YouTube.